Wealth begins in the mind. Before it appears in your hands, your bank account, or your life, it first takes shape in your thoughts. Every great fortune began with a single idea, and every idea was born in the mind of someone who believed they were destined to prosper. If you wish to attract unlimited wealth, then understand this truth. You must train your mind to think wealth, not scarcity, not limitation, not fear. Thoughts are the seeds of reality. Plant seeds of abundance, and abundance will grow. But you cannot harvest riches if your mind is cluttered with weeds of doubt, fear, and inferiority. You are not poor because of your circumstances. You are poor only when you accept poverty in your thinking. And you become wealthy the moment you decide that your mind will entertain nothing less than the riches of life: health, peace, happiness, purpose, and financial prosperity. Let this be your first step. Control your thoughts. You are the master of your own mind. Train it as a general trains his army. Be ruthless with negative thoughts. Drive them out. Replace them with images of success, words of power, and visions of triumph. Speak these words to yourself daily. I was born to prosper. I was designed for abundance. Wealth flows to me because I expect it. I believe in it, and I act on it. Do not merely wish for riches. Wishing is for the idle. But desire, backed by faith and disciplined action, is the force that moves mountains. The universe does not respond to vague hopes. It responds to clear, unshakable belief. Now understand this. Wealth is not only about money. True wealth includes ideas, relationships, opportunities, and character. And money is a faithful servant to the one who respects its laws. Money follows purpose. It follows value. It flows toward those who offer service and solve problems. If you desire more money, become more valuable, develop your skills, expand your thinking, deepen your faith, become a magnet for opportunity. You must have a definite goal, not a loose dream, but a burning, definite chief aim. Write it down, see it every day, speak it aloud, let it guide every step, every decision, every hour of your day, and once your goal is clear, act with courage. The road to wealth is not paved with ease and comfort. It is built by those who press on when others quit, who rise early while others sleep, and who persist long after others give up. You will face setbacks, you will be tested, but the mind trained for wealth sees obstacles as opportunities. Every challenge is a stepping stone. Every failure is feedback. Every loss is a lesson. Surround yourself with people who think boldly, act with purpose, and speak with vision. Distance yourself from complainers, doubters, and those who are addicted to excuses. Your environment shapes your mind, and your mind shapes your destiny. Now listen closely. If you would become wealthy in your world, you must first become wealthy in your mind. Think abundance, speak abundance, expect abundance, and act in accordance with the mindset of someone who already possesses it. The world does not give wealth to those who simply want it. It yields it to those who believe it's already theirs, and who move through life with the confidence of that belief. You were not made to struggle endlessly. You were made to rise, to build, to prosper. So begin today. Decide now. Train your mind like your life depends on it, because it does, and watch how wealth in all its forms flows into your life without limit. All riches, all material gain, all enduring success begins not in the bank, not in the marketplace, not in the hands of others, but in the mind of the individual. It is the unseen thought, the inner conviction, the mental picture of wealth that must come first, before the gold, before the opportunity, before the achievement. Understand this. Everything you now see around you was once an idea. The house you live in, the money you earn, the clothes you wear, the car you drive, all of it was first imagined by someone who dared to believe that what was not yet visible could one day become real. The mind is the workshop of creation. It is there that the blueprint of your future wealth is drawn. If you allow your thoughts to drift in the direction of lack, of limitation, of fear, then that will be the world you construct for yourself. But if you choose to think deliberately, with purpose and clarity, toward abundance, prosperity, and increase, then those will be the rewards that gravitate to you. Your present financial condition is not the result of luck or chance. It is the direct result of past thinking. If you have thought small, you have lived small. If you have doubted, you have delayed. If you have feared, you have repelled the very good you long for. But here is the truth that sets you free. You can change your thoughts at any time. You can begin, even now, to build a new vision of wealth in your mind, and once that vision becomes clear, and once it becomes emotionalized with belief, the world begins to shift in response to it. The subconscious mind, the silent partner in all achievement, takes hold of dominant thoughts and works tirelessly to bring them into reality. It responds to repetition, to emotion, to belief. It does not question whether your thoughts are good or bad, right or wrong. It simply accepts them and begins to move the forces of your life in their direction. Therefore, it is your solemn duty to think only those thoughts which you wish to see become real. Think prosperity, think increase, think growth, service, and reward. Let the image of wealth, rightfully earned, wisely used, and humbly received, occupy the throne of your mind. Do not concern yourself with how it will come. That is not your first task. Your duty is to become mentally and spiritually prepared to receive it. When your mind becomes a magnet for abundance, opportunities will arise, doors will open, ideas will flow, and people will appear, drawn by the invisible force of your belief. Wealth begins where most people never think to look, within. It is not found by chasing money, but by shaping a mind that naturally attracts it. That is where you must begin. That is where all true riches are born. Train your mind, and the world will follow. Your mind is your greatest asset, but only if you learn to command it. The man who cannot control his own thinking is like a ship without a rudder, tossed about by the winds of circumstance, driven by the currents of fear, and ultimately dashed upon the rocks of failure. But the one who masters his thoughts, who disciplines his mind with precision and persistence, becomes the captain of his own destiny. Thoughts are not idle, they are powerful. Every thought you allow into your mind begins to shape your beliefs, and your beliefs direct your actions, and your actions determine your results. Therefore, your thoughts are the root cause of all that you experience. If you permit negative thoughts to dominate your mental space, thoughts of lack, fear, resentment, or inferiority, you give life to those conditions, you attract them, you move toward them, you create a reality that matches them. On the other hand, when you fill your mind with faith, courage, purpose, and prosperity, you step into a different frequency, one that draws new circumstances, new ideas, new opportunities that align with abundance. The greatest tragedy is that most people do not think at all. They react. They absorb. They allow the world to program them with fear, limitation, and distraction. They read the news, listen to the gossip, follow the crowd, and wonder why their life never rises above mediocrity. But the man who stops, who reflects, who thinks deliberately and persistently toward a higher vision, he is the one who rises. It is not enough to think occasionally about success. You must think consistently, and you must guard your mind like a fortress. No thief would be allowed to enter your home and steal your possessions. But how often do you allow fear to sneak into your mind and rob you of your peace, your drive, your belief in yourself? You must become a mental watchman, stand guard at the gate of your mind. Refuse entry to any thought that does not serve your higher vision. Replace fear with faith. Replace worry with action. Replace doubt with a clear declaration of intent. Your mind will wander if you do not train it, but once it is trained, once it is directed toward a definite purpose, it becomes a tool of immense power. Like a magnifying glass that focuses the sun's light to a single point and starts a fire, your focused thought can ignite a future of unimaginable prosperity. Speak to your mind daily. Tell it what to believe. Feed it with affirmations, with visions of success, with plans of action. Surround yourself with voices that inspire, with words that uplift. and with silence that allows you to hear your inner truth. When you control your thoughts, you control your life. Do not surrender that power to doubt or delay. Take hold of your mind, direct it, train it, use it, and it will take you anywhere you desire to go. No man has ever become wealthy by accident. Behind every fortune, behind every rising empire, behind every work of greatness, there stood a clear desire, unshakable faith, and relentless action. These three forces, desire, faith, and action, form the golden triangle of achievement. Desire is the starting point of all wealth. Without desire, nothing begins. It is the spark that lights the fire, but not a wish, not a faint hope. Desire must be intense. It must burn within you like a living flame. The man who wishes for riches seldom attains them, but the one who desires riches so deeply that he thinks of them day and night, plans for them, dreams of them, lives for them, that man is already halfway there. Desire alone, however, is not enough. You must also possess faith. Faith is belief in the unseen. It is the certainty that what you desire already belongs to you, even if the world has not yet delivered it. Faith is a state of mind. It must be cultivated, fed, and protected from the disease of doubt. You must believe with all your heart that you are meant to prosper, that wealth is your rightful inheritance, that the path will unfold as you move forward. When the mind is saturated with faith, it unlocks the deeper powers of the subconscious. Ideas come, people appear, opportunities arise, not by magic, but by the law of cause and effect. Now understand this: without action, desire and faith are nothing but smoke. The universe does not reward those who wait. It rewards those who move, and action must be continuous, consistent, focused. It must be taken even when you are afraid, even when the path is unclear, even when others do not believe in your dream. Too many people delay their success by waiting for perfect conditions, but there is no perfect time, only now. The man who acts while others hesitate is the man who reaps the rewards. When desire fuels you, faith anchors you, and action drives you, then you become a force of nature. You align yourself with the natural laws of success. You set in motion a chain of events that the world cannot resist. Wealth becomes not just a possibility, but a certainty. But here's the warning: lose any one of these three, and your progress will falter. Desire without faith leads to frustration. Faith without action leads to delusion. Action without desire leads to burnout. You must hold all three in balance, like a tripod that stands firm only when every leg supports the whole. So ask yourself, what do I truly desire? Do I believe it is possible for me? And am I taking daily definite steps toward it? If the answer is yes, then your success is not in question. It is only a matter of time. Desire gives you the fire, faith gives you the strength, and action brings the results. Combine them, and no force on earth can keep you from the wealth you are destined to claim. Money is a reward. It does not fall from the sky, nor is it found by accident. It flows, always and without exception, to value. If you seek wealth, you must first become a person of value. This is a law as certain as gravity. Many chase money directly, but money does not respond to chasing. It responds to attraction, and you attract money by increasing your usefulness to others. The more problems you solve, the more needs you meet, the more value you create, the more wealth will flow into your life. Do not ask, how can I get more money? Ask instead, how can I increase my value to others? That is the better question. That is the question that turns labor into gold. You must see yourself as a product. Ask, what do I offer? What skill, what idea, what service, what strength do I bring to the world? And then ask, how can I improve it? How can I sharpen it? How can I multiply it until it becomes irresistible? No man can remain poor who is constantly increasing his value. It is impossible. He may be delayed, but not denied, for the marketplace always rewards value, sometimes slowly, but always surely. There are no shortcuts to true wealth. It is built by those who do more than expected, who give more than they take, who develop themselves beyond the average. The world is filled with those who do just enough to get by, but wealth belongs to those who rise above, who master their craft, who show up early, stay late, and do it with purpose. Do not wait for someone to give you permission to become great. Begin now where you are with what you have. If you sweep streets, sweep them so well that people stop and watch. If you speak, speak with conviction. If you serve, serve with excellence, because how you do anything is how you do everything, and the world notices. People do not pay for effort, they pay for results. Become a person who produces results. Be the one others rely on, the one who delivers, the one who solves, and in return, money will come, not as a favor, but as a consequence. The law is simple. You must give before you can receive. You must plant before you harvest. You must build before you own. This is not punishment. It is preparation. The man who becomes valuable prepares himself to receive wealth with wisdom, with purpose, and with strength of character. And remember, value is not only skill, it is attitude, energy, honesty, and initiative. It is how you think, how you speak, how you treat others. Your whole being radiates value when you are aligned with growth. So do not chase money, chase mastery, chase contribution, chase service, and money will chase you. Become so valuable that the world cannot ignore you, and wealth will have no choice but to find you. No man ever reached greatness by accident. Behind every success story stands a clear, definite chief aim. A single burning goal that dominates the mind, directs the energy, and disciplines the effort. Without such a purpose, life becomes scattered. Effort is wasted, time is lost, opportunity passes unnoticed. The majority drift through life like a leaf upon the wind, tossed here and there by circumstance, without direction, without focus. They chase many things and catch nothing. But the one who fixes his mind on a specific purpose and gives himself entirely to it becomes like a laser, cutting through obstacles and forging a path straight to success. You must decide what you truly want. Not vaguely, not half-heartedly, but with precision and power. Your chief aim must be definite, specific, measurable. A man who says, "I want to be rich," has not yet begun. But the man who says, "I will earn $1 million by serving 10,000 people through my business by December 31st, he has made a decision, and the universe responds to decisions. Once your aim is clear, you must write it down. Commit it to paper. Read it aloud every morning and every night. Let it enter your subconscious mind through repetition. Let it become a part of your very being. Your thoughts will begin to align with it. Your actions will be shaped by it. Your mind will become magnetized to the people, ideas, and opportunities that move you closer to it. But understand this, your aim must not be selfish. True wealth and lasting success come to those who offer value in exchange. Your goal must not be simply to get, but to give. Ask, whom will I serve? What problem will I solve? What need will I meet? Then attach your purpose to service, and you will find that money becomes the natural reward. You will meet resistance, that is certain. The path to your chief aim will not be smooth, but the man with a clear purpose cannot be stopped. He may be slowed, he may be delayed, but he is never defeated, because he always knows where he is going. Most fail not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they lack direction. They change course too often. They are influenced by opinion, discouraged by setbacks, distracted by noise. But the man with a chief aim is unmoved. He is focused, he is determined, he is dangerous to failure. Your chief aim becomes the North Star of your life. It gives meaning to your mornings, clarity to your days, and strength to your nights. It tells you what to say yes to, and what to say no to. It brings discipline, power, and peace. So set your aim, make it definite, let it burn in your heart like fire, and never, ever let it go. When your life has direction, your success becomes inevitable. And the world, sooner or later, must step aside for the man who knows exactly where he is going. You become like the people you spend the most time with. Their thoughts, their attitudes, their habits, their energy, it all rubs off on you, whether you realize it or not. This is one of the most powerful and overlooked truths of personal success. No man climbs alone. Behind every great achiever is a circle of influence that fuels their rise. Individuals who think big, speak possibility, demand excellence, and refuse to settle for mediocrity. These are the growth-minded, the builders, the believers, the doers. And if you are serious about attracting wealth and living a life of purpose, you must surround yourself with such people. If your environment is filled with complainers, excuse makers, and those who mock ambition, you will struggle to rise, not because you lack potential, but because your environment pulls you down. The mind is like fertile soil. Plant it with weeds, and weeds will grow, but plant it with strong seeds, and it will bear fruit beyond measure. The people you allow into your mental garden determine what grows in your life. Seek out those who uplift you, those who challenge you, those who ask more of you than you ask of yourself. You do not need many, just a few who are committed to growth, to discipline, to excellence. Their energy will stir your spirit. Their words will sharpen your focus. Their example will elevate your standards, and do not mistake kindness for growth. There are many good people whose minds are rooted in fear, lack, and limitation. They may mean well, but their influence is dangerous to a rising soul. You must be ruthless in protecting your mind. It is your most valuable asset. Be around those who talk about ideas, not gossip, those who speak of dreams, not doubts. Those who invest in themselves, not waste time in distraction. Let their habits become yours. Let their vision expand yours. Let their pace push yours to new heights. And if you cannot yet find such individuals, then seek them in books, in speeches, in biographies of great men and women. Fill your mind daily with voices of strength, courage, and belief. Make them your companions until life places the right people in your path. This is not about pride. It is about alignment. When you walk with the wise, you grow wise. When you run with lions, you remember your roar. And when you walk with the small-minded, your own vision begins to shrink without you even knowing it. Be deliberate in who you allow to influence your journey. Your future depends on it. The right circle will lift you when you're weary, correct you when you drift, and celebrate you when you rise. Choose your company with the same care you would choose a business partner or a spouse. Because in the end, you will not rise above the standard of the people you surround yourself with. You will rise with them. So rise with the bold, rise with the focused, rise with the dreamers who dare to become doers. And wealth, success, and fulfillment will rise with you.